Hey guys, my name's Erwan.
And I'm Martin.
And today we are fighting over some
Chicken.
chicks. We have two handicaps in the magic basket of handicaps. So some of these handicaps are time-based, some of them are ingredient-based, some of them are technique-based. Mine says only breasts.
This is rigged.
Just breasts. And chicken breasts, as we all know, is the worst possible cut.
But is it worse than this?
What's yours?
No AP flour.
No all-purpose flour, which means you're royally I think the best fried chicken is made with all-purpose flour. So good luck to you. Here are my famous chicken breasts. All boring, basic, and so vanilla. The only thing that's really good with chicken breasts for fried chicken is chicken tenders. One thing I really want to do is try to help break down those proteins a little bit using some acid and some dairy. So I have some sour cream here, and then to that I'm going to season it very quickly with some soy sauce, a little bit of mustard, and some white sugar. This is basically going to baste the chicken. Slice this up into tender pieces. So about, if you're using a chicken breast about this size, you're going to cut this in two. So you could kind of tenderize and pound this. I'm just going to do it a little bit. That goes into our mix. Oh, still alive. Okay, that gets mixed in. This, honestly, if we had overnight to do it, this would stay overnight, but we don't, so at least 15 minutes should be perfect. But while that happens, I'm gonna make a really quick sauce. But what's really important for me is the seasoned flour that really coats the chicken and gives it all its flavor. So, very simple. I've got some all-purpose flour that Martin can't use, and that I'm gonna mix with other powders already. So I have a little bit of black pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some salt. Mix that thoroughly. After that, I'm gonna be using just some very regular breadcrumbs or some panko. So I got 2 eggs, crack them. I'm gonna be whisking that with a little bit of soy sauce and a bit of mustard. So I'm gonna keep all that aside. But before doing that, I'm gonna make a really quick sauce. So we're going kind of like a Korean direction with this. A little bit of olive oil, and then we're gonna grate the ginger into the pan, please. To that, we're gonna add a little bit of water once it's nice and toasted. Soy sauce, some mustard. So think of this kind of like a honey mustard meets Korean chicken. Gochujang, and some honey. Mix that, let the sugars kind of react and cook down a little bit and thicken up. I'm gonna finish this with some, oh, nice for you to join us.
What's that?
A little bit of sesame oil.
Oh,
This is kind of like yeah, it's kind of like a Korean fried chicken base with some honey and some mustard. So like Korean American. While this sauce is getting ready, Martin's actually going to start his chicken prep, and then we're going to cook our fried chicken at the same time, so that at least our taste tester gets 2 really hot pieces of chicken.
No all-purpose flour, but still, he did not say that I couldn't use any other starch, so joke's on him. I'm gonna use a combination of potato starch, that's what they use for karage, and some cornstarch for extra crunch. And I'm gonna make 2 sauces. I'm gonna do a simple chili honey and my favorite ginger and scallion sauce. I use that for everything. I'm gonna use a blender for this one, but you can always just chop it on your own. And this one, I'm just gonna smash them all. One. To the blender. Just help the blender by chopping this ginger over here. Gonna fill it up with water. See, if you were to chop this, it'll take you a very long time. So, with a cheesecloth, we now have to get rid of most of the moisture. Just gonna wring this until it's okay. Let it all out. Looks like cardboard, but it's super fine. Transfer. Kind of looks like pork floss. Next, scallions. I'm just gonna use the white part for this one. Add it here. Next up, I'm gonna heat up some peanut oil. That's happening. Gonna mix this up, season it with some soy sauce, sugar, sesame oil. It's time to work on the chicken. I have some potato starch here. I'm gonna use a cup. Eggs, water, and some very cold water. Let's just mix this together. So this is gonna act as both your marinade and also your batter for later. Soy sauce, some eggs, 2 eggs. And this is good enough. Right, so our oil is hot enough. Now it's time to transfer it into your scallion mixture. Actually, I can adjust from there if I wanted to. Slice the chicken. Cut along the center of the breast. You just slice along the sides of the spine. You can use this for your stock. Next, remove the quarter. See this line here? Usually people just slice it and end up chipping their knives. All you have to do is turn it on its skin. Look for this white line. Run it along and it should release quickly. See? No broken bones. Only happiness. I want to cook this fast, so I'm just gonna stab it into my egg mixture. Coat it well. I'm gonna keep this in the fridge. I want my batter to be really cold before I bread it. Basically, chili honey. It's just chili and honey. Right now you can see how thick it is, and we will use its viscosity as a signal to add our chili flakes. There. So, as the honey heats up, the liquid will start to get thinner. That's just because of the heat. But once it cools down, it's gonna go back to this viscosity. So at this point, I'm gonna add my chili flakes, tablespoon or 2. It's like making tea. I'm just gonna let it steep because I don't wanna burn the chili flakes. Okay, so here I added some ice. It's not flour. It is, but not all-purpose flour. So I'm gonna add around a tablespoon of onion powder. Like what Erwan said, it's the breading part is really important. The seasoned flour. Both agree on diet. And some garlic powder. It's gonna be a factory line style of frying. Grab the wet chickens, put it in my breading, another dip in the batter, then back to the breading. 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Manual sound effects.
Looking good, looking good, looking good. That potato starch looks like so I'm gonna do
Thought he was being nice.
I'm gonna do my chicken and then I'm gonna deep fry my chicken because mine's gonna take less time because it's already cut into strips.
Yeah.
I don't have a bone. And they're really kind of small, right? So these have been in there for about an hour already, which is pretty good. That goes into the seasoned flour right here. From the seasoned flour, we shake off the excess. That goes into the egg. And then that goes into the panko right here. Make sure to press down that chicken tender into our panko crumbs. Chicken goes in. Martin always judges me, guys, because I do everything with my hands.
We have like hundreds of spoons. Ooh, it's browning too quick.
Yeah, because your oil was too hot. I told you.
Sabotage!
Make sure your oil is not too hot.
It's not my
Lower
fault.
that oil.
You want to use my oil?
You know what? I'm gonna do a double fry now.
In the spirit of competition.
And we're done. It's cooked.
Sashimi.
This is not fair at all. Martin made my oil way too hot. All right, Martin, we are done.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you to step aside to let the master work. So mine ended up looking okay. They're actually not as oily as I thought they'd be. One of them is clearly a little overcooked, but that's better than someone that never saw the light of day, doesn't have enough vitamin D.
Yours remind me of home.
Has never really seen the sun.
Full of chaos. No, I'm just kidding. Chaos darkness.
So I have my little Korean-inspired sauce here. So I'm just gonna dip my chicken in, make sure it's nicely coated.
Nice. And ito.
Martin, your turn.
I don't even need to plate it.
Do your thing.
No, I
I love
We're a
it. Yours
team.
looks really like neutral, clean, aesthetic.
Yes. The theme is minimalist.
Is your sauce like a dip sauce or it's a glaze?
This one is more of a dip, the scallion and ginger, but this one, the honey.
Fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out, Grandma. So you have a honey chili glaze.
Uh-huh.
Let's bring in our taste tester. I think
Celebrity again?
she's a huge celebrity. Make sure you follow her on Instagram.
Of course.
Oh my god, I'm so awkward. I can't think.
Sorry ma'am, what's your name po? Joke lang.
Alright, this is Kashka, guys, and she's our
She's the best kashka around.
chicken. She's the best Kashka we know. Stop with your utensils. What's wrong with you and people eating with their hands?
In the material.
Yes.
Like scoop out some ginger. Dip again.
Stop lying.
Spit on it.
This sauce could potentially be your saving grace.
That's the reason why I made the sauce.
Because
I had-
texture-wise, potato starch is kind of weird.
I know.
Okay.
It's like styro.
Martin, you want to try it?
Yeah, of course. Using my hand. Joke lang. Art. Super good. I think I know who the winner is.
This is so hard.
And the winner is...
Martins.
What?
I'm so sorry.
Upset. I totally thought I was going to get this one. Really?
Honestly,
Why?
honestly.
Why?
I'm the type who loves like Korean things, right? So I really thought that I'd pick this, but I don't know, for some reason, like how it's cooked talaga, like the insides and then the balat, like the skin.
You made her feel something inside,
Yeah.
Martin.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to give it to you. It's a,
This
it's
one's
a,
super-
it's a pretty good dish.
Super Chinese.
It's a really good sauce. If this was made with all-purpose flour, you'd have floored this competition 100%.
But then it would have been boring. Right?
No. But even then, even without the flour,
You
you
know,
I
could...
kind of
really
feel
makes
bad
sense.
because of the color.
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's my fault.
Stop being a nice guy. Just be...
I mean, like, just
relish
your
it.
oil
You won.
was like-
You won. Go say something mean.
your face. Then I look away. On your face.